Welcome to Module 3 of our course on Wellbeing and Sustainable Development. My name is Catherine, your facilitator from the European eLearning Institute. In this module, we'll be delving into the important links between wellbeing and the Sustainable Development Goals, often referred to as the SDGs. Throughout this module, we'll explore how wellbeing is defined, its different dimensions, and how it plays a crucial role in achieving sustainable development. This will set the foundation for understanding how these goals relate to each other and to our lives. This module is structured around several key topics, each corresponding to an SDG. First, we'll introduce the concept of well-being and its role in sustainable development. From there, we'll explore the goals in depth, starting with SDG 1 on no poverty, then moving through to quality education, gender equality, and beyond. By the end of this module, you'll have a comprehensive understanding of how well-being ties into the wider picture of sustainable development. So let's dive right into Section 1, an introduction to well-being and its relationship to sustainable development. Let's start by understanding the concept of well-being. It's more than just physical health. Well-being covers the quality of life across different dimensions: physical, mental, social, and economic. Physical well-being is about taking care of our bodies through balanced nutrition, exercise, and access to healthcare. Mental well-being involves emotional stability and resilience, having a sense of purpose, and maintaining a positive mental state. Social well-being is the ability to build and maintain quality relationships and be part of supportive communities. And finally, economic well-being means financial stability, meeting basic needs, and having access to economic opportunities. All of these dimensions connect to give a full picture of what it means to live well. When we talk about promoting well-being, we're looking at health, inclusiveness, mental stability, and economic empowerment all together. Now let's link well-being to the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. Several SDGs are directly related to well-being. These include eliminating poverty and hunger, promoting health, education, gender equality, clean water, and sustainable communities. For example, SDG 3 focuses on good health and well-being, aiming to improve overall health outcomes. SDG 4 encourages quality education, which is crucial for economic and social empowerment. And SDG 10 works to reduce inequalities so that everyone has access to better opportunities. Each goal is interconnected, emphasizing a holistic approach to sustainable development. Together, the SDGs provide a pathway to enhancing well-being, not just for individuals, but for society as a whole. Through understanding well-being and its link to the SDGs, we're laying the foundation for a more sustainable future for everyone. Section 2 focuses on SDG 1, no poverty. We'll be exploring what poverty means, how it impacts well-being, and what strategies exist for poverty alleviation. Let's start by understanding poverty itself. Poverty goes beyond just a lack of income. It's about deprivation in multiple areas of life, such as access to healthcare, education, housing, and opportunities. These deprivations severely limit one's ability to live a fulfilling and healthy life. Globally, over 700 million people live in extreme poverty, often with less than $1.90 a day to meet their needs. Poverty is a major barrier to well-being. It limits access to proper nutrition, healthcare, and education, perpetuating cycles of hardship. Health outcomes are deeply affected by poverty. Those living in poverty often face malnutrition, preventable diseases, and lack access to medical care. The lack of access to quality education means fewer opportunities to gain skills and secure employment, which further deepens the poverty cycle. Now let's look at strategies to alleviate poverty and how SDG 1 aims to address this. One key strategy is social protection. Cash transfers, food aid, and unemployment benefits support vulnerable groups to meet their basic needs. For example, conditional cash transfers are provided to families when children attend school or get vaccinated, helping to break the poverty cycles. Another strategy is economic empowerment. Promoting skills training, microfinance, and entrepreneurship helps individuals achieve financial independence. SDG 1 also promotes inclusive growth. This means policies that ensure everyone, especially the poor and marginalised, have access to opportunities and can benefit from economic growth. In summary, SDG 1 aims to eradicate poverty in all of its forms by 2030. Addressing poverty is not just about increasing income, it's about improving access to opportunities and resources that enhance well-being and allow communities to thrive. By tackling poverty, we lay the foundation for progress on all other SDGs. Section 3 is focusing on SDG 2, Zero Hunger. In this section, we'll explore the concept of food security, causes and consequences of hunger, and strategies to achieve zero hunger globally. First, let's define food security. It means having reliable access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food to maintain a healthy and active lifestyle. Food security is made of 4 key components: availability, access, utilization, and stability of food supplies. When any of these components are lacking, food insecurity can arise, affecting well-being and overall development. Nutrition, on the other hand, is about ensuring that our bodies receive essential nutrients to grow, development, and to stay healthy. Proper nutrition during childhood is particularly crucial. It impacts cognitive development, school performance, and long-term health. Globally, however, over 820 million people are undernourished, and approximately 2 billion face moderate to severe food insecurity. This is why SDG 2 is vital to well-being. Let's talk about the causes and consequences of hunger and malnutrition are driven by a complex set of factors, such as poverty, conflict, climate change, and inefficient food systems. For example, poverty limits access to nutritious food and resources, while conflict disrupts food production and distribution. Climate change also plays a role, with extreme weather events impacting agricultural productivity and food supply. The consequences of hunger are severe. Malnutrition impairs physical growth, cognitive development, and immune function, particularly in children. This not only affects individuals' well-being, but also has long-term social and economic impacts, perpetuating cycles of poverty and inequality. Sustainable agricultural practices are a key solution to tackling hunger. Approaches like integrated water management, efficient irrigation, and organic farming help conserve resources and improve food production. In cities, community-based initiatives like urban farming and food sharing programs promote local food production and improve access to fresh food. In conclusion, SDG 2 aims to end hunger, achieve food security, and promote sustainable agriculture. By addressing the causes of hunger and implementing sustainable solutions, we can improve well-being and build more resilient food systems for everyone. In Section 4, we'll focus on SDG 3, good health and well-being. Health is more than just being absent of disease. It's a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. Let's break down these components. Physical well-being involves taking care of our bodies through proper nutrition, exercise, adequate sleep, and access to healthcare. It also includes living in a clean environment with access to safe water and sanitation. Promoting physical health prevents the onset of diseases, reduces healthcare costs, and improves the quality of life. Mental well-being covers emotional stability and the ability to cope with life's challenges. This includes maintaining positive relationships, having a sense of purpose, and feeling satisfied with life. Good mental health is crucial for daily functioning and productivity. Mental health challenges, such as anxiety and depression, can significantly impact communities, highlighting the importance of proactive support and awareness. Social well-being refers to the quality of our interactions with others and our participation in community life. Strong social connections and support networks improve mental health and foster a sense of belonging. Addressing health holistically is by promoting all of these aspects, and it is key to enhancing overall well-being. Health is influenced by more than just individual choices. Social determinants, like income, education, employment, and living conditions, play a significant role. For instance, higher income levels allow better access to nutritious food, healthcare, and safe housing, which leads to better health outcomes. Conversely, those with lower income often face barriers to accessing these essential services, resulting in poor health. Globally, health challenges such as infectious diseases, non-communicable diseases, or NCDs, and mental health disorders present significant obstacles to achieving SDG 3. NCDs like heart disease and diabetes account for over 70% of global deaths. Meanwhile, access to healthcare remains unequal, particularly in low-income regions. Policies and programs promoting universal health coverage, vaccination campaigns, mental health support, and healthy lifestyle initiatives are critical for addressing these challenges. SDG 3 aims to ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all ages, which is fundamental for sustainable development. In Section 5, we'll turn our attention to SDG 4, quality education. Education is a powerful tool for sustainable development, providing individuals with the knowledge and skills that they will need to tackle challenges like poverty, inequality, and environmental issues. Access to quality education promotes critical thinking, problem solving, and sustainable lifestyles. It drives economic growth and social inclusion, empowering marginalized groups and advancing other SDGs, including gender equality. Education improves employment opportunities, helping individuals secure better jobs and break cycles of poverty. The Education for Sustainable Development, or ESG, initiative by UNESCO emphasizes integrating sustainability into all learning levels. ESG supports active community participation and helps learners make informed decisions for positive social and environmental impact. In short, education equips individuals to lead, innovate, and create more equitable, sustainable communities. Achieving SDG 4 is not without challenges. Barriers to accessing quality education include socioeconomic factors, geographical limitations, gender disparities, and inadequate infrastructure. Socioeconomic factors, like poverty, prevent children from low-income families from attending school due to costs, lack of supplies, and transportation issues. Geographical barriers in remote or rural areas can limit access to schools, teachers, and resources. Gender disparities, particularly in some developing regions, restrict girls' access to education due to cultural norms, early marriage, or safety concerns. In addition, inadequate facilities and resources can hinder learning, especially where classrooms are poorly equipped for teachers or where teachers lack proper training. Inclusive education practices are critical for addressing these barriers. Strategies include providing scholarships, safe transportation, and gender-responsive policies to ensure girls equal access to learning, supporting students with special needs, creating accessible learning materials, and involving families in school activities all contribute to more inclusive, equitable education. SDG 4 aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education for all, laying the foundation for lifelong learning and sustainable development. By breaking down these barriers, we enable every individual to reach their full potential. In Section 6, we focus on gender equality. Achieving gender equality is crucial for sustainable development, and it's central to ensuring equal rights and opportunities for all. When we empower women and girls, it drives progress across social, economic, and environmental goals, helping achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. Gender equality is more than a social issue. It's a catalyst for growth and well-being. Women's participation in the workforce boosts economic productivity and enhances social and health outcomes. For example, access to education and healthcare helps break cycles of poverty and improves maternal and child health. Furthermore, women's leadership in areas like resource management and agricultural promotes sustainable practices and benefits communities and ecosystems. SDG 5 focuses on ensuring equal opportunities in education, work, and leadership, while addressing issues like gender-based violence, discrimination, and harmful cultural norms. Despite its importance, gender equality remains a significant barrier to achieving sustainable development. Despite its importance, gender equality remains a significant barrier to achieving sustainable development. It impacts health, education, and economic opportunities. For instance, women and girls often face restricted access to reproductive health services, education, and fair employment. This can result in higher rates of maternal mortality, economic dependence, and limit access to leadership roles. Addressing gender inequality requires specific strategies to empower women and girls. Education is a powerful tool for change. Ensuring girls have access to quality education through scholarships and safe school environments fosters participation and empowerment. Economic empowerment initiatives, like access to credit and training, support women's financial independence. Fair employment policies, such as equal pay and childcare support, enable more women to participate in the workforce. Legal and policy reforms play a critical role. Laws against gender-based violence, social protections, and reproductive rights help ensure women's rights are protected. Promoting leadership and participation encourages women to take on decision-making roles in politics, business, and communities. When we address gender norms and engage all members of society, we create environments where women and girls can thrive. SDG 5 aims to break down these barriers and create inclusive, equitable societies that benefit all genders. In Section 7, we will discuss SDG 6, Clean Water and Sanitation. Access to clean water and proper sanitation is fundamental for health, well-being, and sustainable development. SDG 6 aims to ensure that everyone has access to safe water, sources, and adequate sanitation, which is essential for preventing waterborne diseases, promoting hygiene, and improving public health. The impact of clean water and sanitation is profound. Safe water prevents diseases like cholera, diarrhea, and typhoid, which claim millions of lives each year, particularly among children. Access to sanitation facilities reduces contamination risks, enhances health, and promotes dignity, especially for women and girls, who benefit from safe facilities in schools and workplaces. Furthermore, clean water access has social and economic benefits. It means less time spent collecting water, especially for women and girls, who often bear this responsibility. It also leads to improved school attendance, productivity, and economic opportunities, all of which contribute to breaking cycles of poverty and fostering sustainable development. Despite its significance, water scarcity and inadequate sanitation pose global challenges. Over 2 billion people lack access to safe drinking water, and 4.2 billion lack proper sanitation facilities. Climate change, population growth, and pollution further exacerbate these issues. Lack of infrastructure in rural and marginalized communities limit clean water access and contributes to widespread health problems. To address these challenges, sustainable water management practices are essential. This includes integrated water resources management, which promotes coordinated use of water, land, and resources to balance social, economic, and environmental needs. Efficient agricultural practices like drip irrigation and rainwater harvesting help conserve water in farming, which accounts for most global freshwater use. Urban water management includes technologies for wastewater treatment, rainwater harvesting, and greywater reuse. Green infrastructure like permeable pavements and green roofs help manage stormwater and reduces pollution. Community-based approaches empower local residents to sustainably manage water resources and adapt to local needs. Through these solutions and policies, SDG 6 works to achieve universal access to clean water and sanitation, ultimately enhancing public health and building more resilient communities. In Section 8, we will focus on SDG 10, reducing inequalities. Inequalities are disparities in access to opportunities and resources and rights, resulting in unequal life outcomes. They can take many forms: economic, social, health, educational, and geographical, each impacting well-being and limiting sustainable development. Economic inequalities involve differences in income, wealth, and employment. Indicators like the Gini coefficient highlight how income distribution can widen gaps between rich and poor, affecting quality of life and opportunities. Social inequalities, such as those based on gender, ethnicity, or disability, can restrict access to essential services and resources. For example, the gender wage gap and access to health services or education can perpetuate cycles of poverty and exclusion. These inequalities have direct consequences on health education, and social inclusion, as well as economic opportunities. For instance, health disparities due to income gaps or geographical inequalities can lead to shorter life expectancy for disadvantaged groups. Similarly, educational barriers limit skill development and job opportunities, reducing economic mobility. To tackle these inequalities, SDG 10 advocates for policies and practices that create fairer, more inclusive societies. Some key strategies include social protection programs like cash transfers or unemployment benefits. These provide financial support to vulnerable populations, reducing poverty and improve access to services. Progressive taxation aims to reduce income disparities by imposing higher taxes on wealthier individuals, with funds redirected to support social services. Inclusive education policies ensure access to quality education for all through scholarships, learning support, and improved school infrastructure. Labour rights and fair wages. Policies that ensure equitable pay and fair employment practices are essential for reducing the gender pay gap and improving job security for low-income workers. Anti-discrimination laws help protect marginalised groups, promote social inclusion, and ensure equal rights for everyone. Promoting social inclusion and equity goes beyond policies. It includes empowering communities. This can mean engaging marginalised groups in decision-making, ensuring equal access to affordable housing, healthcare, and education, and building cities that are accessible to all. Advocacy and awareness campaigns play a critical role in challenging discrimination and fostering respect for diversity. By addressing inequalities in every aspect of life, SDG 10 aims to create a fairer, more just world where everyone can thrive regardless of their background. In Section 9, we'll explore SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. With over half of the world's population living in urban areas, cities play a crucial role in well-being, economic growth, and sustainable development. SDG 11 focuses on making cities inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Well-planned urban development enhances quality of life by reducing pollution, improving public health, and ensuring that everyone has access to basic services. For example, green spaces, walkable neighbourhoods, and efficient public transport promote active lifestyles and reduce traffic-related pollution. Inclusive development ensures access to affordable housing, clean water, sanitation, and infrastructure, while also building cities that are resilient to climate change and disasters. Sustainable cities are not just environmentally friendly. They support innovation, provide economic opportunities, and foster social cohesion. By creating urban environments where people can live, work, and thrive, SDG 11 sets the foundation for sustainable living. While cities offer opportunities, they also face significant challenges. Rapid urbanisation can lead to overcrowding, inadequate housing, and poor access to essential services. Informal settlements, or slums, may lack clean water, sanitation, and healthcare, affecting residents' well-being. Environmental issues like pollution, waste accumulation, and energy consumption are common in many cities. To address these challenges, sustainable urban strategies are crucial. Smart urban planning promotes mixed use of development with housing, workplaces, and green areas combined to reduce environmental impact and improve access to services. Resilient infrastructure ensures cities can adapt to climate change and natural disasters using sustainable water management, flood-resistant construction, and renewable energy systems. Efficient public transport reduces congestion, lowers pollution, and improves mobility. Promoting cycling, walking, and low-emission transport contributes to environmental health. Inclusive policies focus on providing access to affordable housing, healthcare, education, and jobs for all, especially marginalised communities. Community engagement empowers residents to participate in decision-making, ensuring that urban policies reflect local needs and priorities. There are many inspiring case studies of cities leading the way in sustainability. For example, Copenhagen is known for carbon-neutral goals and extensive bike infrastructure. Curitiba in Brazil transformed its public transport with an efficient bus rapid transit, or a BRT, system. reducing pollution. Singapore's City in a Garden vision has improved air quality and integrated greenery into urban life. These examples show sustainable urban development can improve well-being and set the path for inclusive and resilient communities. In summary, SDG 11 aims to transform cities into sustainable environments that enhance the quality of life, promote economic growth, and protect the planet for future generations. We've reached the final section of our module, the conclusion and practical assignment. Let's take a moment to recap what we've covered so far. Throughout this module, we explored the concept of well-being through the lens of multiple Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. We examined the critical role of addressing poverty, hunger, health, education, and gender equality, clean water, reduced inequalities, and sustainable cities. Each of these goals is interconnected and central to improving well-being for both individual and communities. From tackling SDG 1 No Poverty, which addressed how financial security affects well-being, all the way to SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities, where we learned how sustainable urban planning can create healthier and more inclusive environments. We have seen how these global goals directly impact our lives and the future of our societies. By understanding and engaging with SDGs, you're not only broadening your perspective on well-being and development, but also gaining the tools to contribute to positive change in your communities and beyond. Now, let's put your knowledge into action with a practical assignment. The purpose of this activity is to apply what you've learned in a real-world context and encourage critical thinking about how well-being and sustainability are intertwined. Your assignment is as follows. Choose one of the SDGs we've covered and analyse its impact on well-being within a specific community or context. You might focus on your local area, a place you're familiar with, or a community facing specific challenges related to that SDG. Address these points. First of all, identify a key issue. How does this SDG affect well-being in your chosen context? For example, if you're looking at SDG 4, quality education, consider how access to education impacts economic opportunities and social inclusion. Second of all, you should suggest a solution. Propose a practical strategy to improve well-being related to that SDG. Think about how sustainable practices, policies, or community initiatives that could make a difference. And lastly, reflect on the interconnectedness. Consider how the issue and solution connect to the other SDGs. How might addressing one area improve well-being in the other dimensions, such as health, equality, or sustainable cities? This assignment allows you to bring together the themes of this module and develop a deeper understanding of how the SDGs work together to improve well-being holistically. Thank you for participating in this module. Remember, by learning these goals and their impact on well-being, you are taking the first step towards becoming a change maker in your community and helping to shape a more sustainable world.